And so,
A lot of
I'm
4-year-olds
just
look
saying,
hot.
in stripper
Still.
years.
Thanks, Luis.
So she was.
Welcome, buddy.
So, I mean, she was phenomenal. You know, she just kept coming over. She was very attentive. It was great. There was another one there who was younger, and she was like, she would walk around to these old dudes, and they would literally finger her from behind, like reach up from behind, and she was letting it happen.
Wow.
So,
She
you know,
definitely
she's
had
dancing
trichomoniasis. She did.
and all of that. But before we got ready to leave, Mr. Toxie's like, I'm going to get a lap dance. And I
I thought you
assumed,
were going to say having a finger.
I know, I assumed it would be the old one who was great. Like, we were giving her money all night. She was fabulous. She worked for it. You know, when they shake their feet, she was shaking the shit out of those lucite heels or luciite heels or whatever. And the next thing I know, I look over and he has the finger one on him. He was not fingering her, but I'm just
Thank
saying.
God, because you don't know what else has been up there.
Why everything
fingers?
has touched that?
But all
Why
those
would
fingers
you
have been
pick
touching
her?
money all night, like to tip strippers, and then they're going right
And
up her
it's all
chunchos.
over
So
and
that
it's
means the
all
money in
there.
my
I mean-
pocket?
I've never been so angry. I'm like, pick any other girl but the one who like
But the
old
sluttiest
nasty
one in
guy.
the
Yeah,
room.
exactly. Why does it have to be the sluttiest? So
Just
That
say
was
you got
it.
it done. Yeah. God, I haven't been to a strip club
Ooh.
in forever. So, did you guys go home and did you pretend you were a stripper and let him finger you? Is that how the night ended?
no, it doesn't work that way.
Maybe.
Maybe. And with some McDonald's?
Yeah, I mean, if McDonald's is involved, then I'm a sure thing. You know, there's
Happy Meal
Awesome.
will get her
Yeah.
right going.
Yeah.
Quick.
One
go to
apple pie? Would you like a meal? Just give me the apple pie!
If only,
I'm in a hurry!
if only it was all that easy, right?
it is that easy.
Cheeseburger, It's funny because I had to laugh because driving
What are you
back
doing
to the
over
house last night, my mom and her slurred drunk. Oh, we got a McDonald's.
I want to get a cinnamon muffin. I want to get a cinnamon muffin.
That's pretty much what it sounded like. With cheese, makes her ass cheese.
I want a meatloaf.
To Abby face for sausage.
You know what? I would eat McMeatloaf.
Meatloaf.
So here's the funny thing. She's screaming over me to order it, and I'm like, okay, I'm only gonna order like 2. It's like the 2 for like $3.33. My mom's like, we need 6. Who the
Whoa.
fuck's eating these?
I got 2 pork patties for you, ladies, for $3.33.
A patty or a sausage? 'Cause
Sausage patty.
sausage
Like
patty.
my-
Whatever you want it to be.
So pretty much, I'm gonna
4
have
inches
leftover
thick.
McMuffins for
Yeah,
dinner tonight.
yeah,
when I get
either
home.
way.
Oh my gosh.
I want a McLeprechaun shake. The green one.
The green one.
We haven't had those since 1994, sir.
We use. We use.
I want my chicken McNuggets. Have you seen that
Oh
video?
yeah, where the lady
Except
goes
that it's
crazy.
all
Yeah.
well, except you can tell that it's all been dubbed over. That's not really what was going on, but it's hilarious.
Ha.
I didn't
Chicken
know it was
McNuggets.
dubbed.
Sorry to burst your bubble, honey.
Whoa.
I thought she was really wanting her nugget. We one time we went to Taco Bell and they forgot my brother's nachos. And so sometimes Mr. Toxie is a little bit of a temper, but when you fuck with his food, it's on.
You never fuck with
It
a
is
fat
on.
person's food.
Never fuck
Never,
with a fat
ever,
man's food,
ever.
ever.
Mr. Toxie's your brother?
Her
No, my husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got that.
That's
confused.
why
I'm sorry.
he was with us, but my brother's the one who ordered the
Oh,
nachos. We
okay.
had gone through
Okay.
the drive-through, and so they forgot the dollar nachos, and we went back around, and my husband decided he was going to go inside to get it corrected, and they would not open the door because they had just closed. So he's out there pounding on this door like, I want my fucking nachos. I want my fucking nachos. And so he cut through the line at the drive-thru and went up to the window, and he's like, my fucking nachos, where are they?" So he gets back in the car.
You know, they-
nachos,
You know, they
sir.
showed that video at the corporate
They
training
probably
later.
did.
Don't have any nachos
What
left,
do you do when this
sir.
happens? Collect my nachos!
And to picture this, just to give you a little perspective, Mr. Toxie is 6'5" and 300 pounds.
Give us the fucking nachos!
Hurry! Give him the register, give them the mop, give them whatever's in here.
Dump all the hard shells in a garbage bag and give it to him.
So
But we're out of nachos, sir. Just grind up the hard shells. It doesn't matter.
he gets back to the car and he hands my brother the nachos. And my brother's like, I'm not eating them now.
These are hate nachos. These are ill-begotten nachos.
That is not
these.
sour cream.
Now, at that point, you don't know what they were doing. Like, now they're like, we're going to show this fucker. And like, yeah, you're right. That's not, swirl this in the sour cream. They'll never know.
Gotcha.
Here's your gotcha. Here's your nachos.
You son of a bitch.
That's awesome.
These are ill-begotten nachos. I don't want these.
That is pretty awesome. Pretty.
So, yes, that's my Taco Bell story.
Whoa.
I got a talking to one time at Taco Bell, because I usually order from Del Taco. I'm not a big fan of Taco Bell. So I went to Taco Bell, ordered a couple of burritos, and then I asked for Del Scorcho, and they were like, "This is Taco Bell. We have fire sauce." I'm like, "Oh, whatever."
You got all offended?
Aren't you proud? You must be a
They
new
got-
employee.
they got
Congratulations.
super offended. And then I
Obviously,
didn't even
you were
get my fucking hot
Fired
sauce.
from Del Taco and you're a little bit bitter.
Yeah.
Del
His
Scorcho.
like first job or something. Like, yeah.
I worked
That's my
fast food for
Viagra,
many
Del
years. Carl's
Scorcho.
Jr. I did too.
Little Del Scorcho
That
up
was
the
my
ass.
first job.
I worked the graveyard shift drive-through at Carl's Jr. on Friday and Saturday nights.
I worked
That's where I know
New
you. No,
Year's
I'm
Day.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I used the breakfast shift on New Year's Day one time, and I was still drunk when I showed up for work. It was hilarious. A truck full of very drunken people, obviously just off of the strip, came in, and they literally ordered one of everything off of the menu. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
I-
never been cursed and spit at so much in my life working
I
that
had a
job.
burger thrown at me one time.
I thought that was going to be a story about how no one can understand these drunk people, and then here you come like, don't worry, I got this.
you already.
I got this, and then you fix everything, and that's how you got promoted to assistant manager.
No, I got
She speaks
shift on
drunk, but only when she's drunk.
Yeah, it's
And
amazing.
It's amazing.
and then I got promoted. This was kind of when I first moved out here in '94. I got promoted to assistant manager, and I was 19 going on 20. And I hired a 16-year-old kid who I used to fuck in the walk-in and on top of that.
Nice.
Wait, hold on.
That's my story.
Someone earned their job.
Well, when we would
Well, he's
shut
16
down,
going on 17.
once
Like,
a month you had to take the
illegal
grill out and
activities.
you had to degrease the grill. We only had one person who was over 21, and his name was Habaldo, and he was from Mexico, and he spoke no English. And so we would send him across the store with $20 for cerveza, and then we would, all of us who were like 16, 17, would get drunk while we were degreasing the grill. It was hilarious.
Wow.
That's awesome.
My first job
Charles
was
Jr. Good food.
my first job. I was salad prep in a fancy restaurant.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You chopped up lettuce?
I did all. No, you don't chop the lettuce. You break it.
You have to work
with
your way to
hands.
chopping lettuce.
Yeah, you have to
They
work
don't
your way
just
up.
do that.
But I would have to rinse it in a big bucket, break it with my hands. I made a garden salad. I made a Caesar salad and a spinach salad with a bacon vinaigrette for the side.
So, how come you don't make those now?
Because I don't know. I'm sure I could. I mean,
Your
I can
family
make a
could be
salad.
vegetarians. You complain all the time about
We
how you don't
could.
cook, but you can make a salad.
We do. I do make salad. We eat salad sometimes. And I'll chop stuff up. Like I'll put avocados
Isn't that the
in
stuff
there.
my food eats?
Exactly. Thank you.
I'll put
Salad,
avocados
like
or I'll hide stuff in there, and then my daughter will always find it.
Mm.
Like always. I'll put a bunch of green stuff, like green
I
peppers.
don't trust people who
and-
don't eat meat. It's
Red,
just not
red
normal.
meat
Yeah.
in my salad.
Oh, we eat meat.
I'm just
I
saying
for
in
sure eat
general.
meat. But
Yeah, you do.
hey now.
She just doesn't swallow it.
Oh,
I just don't swallow the
Yeah, me
meat.
either.
She literally stopped swallowing when she got married, and she told her husband that's what would
Really?
That
happen.
was it. Absolutely.
I can't marry you then. No,
And
I'm
then-
sorry.
I was
It's
like,
over
I'm about to
before it
write
began.
this in the vows, just so you know I am no longer swallowing.
Because I could see you right there in front of the church, God and everybody, and
what
I
if I
vowed
drank
to never
pineapple
swallow
juice?
again.
What,
I think
what
it
if I
would be the
drink
other way
pineapple juice
around.
every day? Would that be okay?
That what?
I'm not gonna swallow when I'm out being like a promiscuous whore, but once I'm, like settled down and
Swallowing
married,
standards.
Did I catch that right? Wait, what did you say?
So,
You might have to say that again.
Do you
I
swallow
don't
for
swallow
the
when I'm
enjoyment, or
being
do you
promiscuous.
swallow because it's what you're expected to do?
I swallow because I generally enjoy it, but also because it's faster and cleaner than running over to somewhere to spit it out.
Marry me. I mean, hi. How are you?
Wait, can I ask what was the point of swallowing before and then not swallowing after being married.
Because
Bait
it's what
and
you're
hook.
expected to do. Yeah, there you go.
Mm.
I actually like that
Even
answer, even though
better.
it's
Okay.
disappointing to hear. It's
Yeah.
That's what you're
there's the
expected
side
to
of me
do.
that's like that's a great answer actually, but it's sad. It's also very sad.
Some of us like it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sometimes it happens by accident, and you're like, fuck it.
What?
Oh baby,
Well,
that
we
feels.
got
I'm
It's
so
like
sorry. Let
halfway
me
down
let me get your
throat.
towel.
Yeah.
What's that? You swallowed it? My bad. My bad.
No, it's all you. It was so good. I just didn't. I got excited too quick.
I guess.
Roll them around.
You ever heard the
Oh, that's the I know what that
Donald
is.
Duck blowjob? The very first viral
Yeah.
anything
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
internet.
That was like
Donald Duck-
mid-90s. Yeah.
Donald Duck gets a blowjob. Google it. It's
oh,
hilarious.
hold on. We can bring that up.
It was
before-
all over Prodigy back in the day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sure was.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, old nerds. What's
That's-
Prodigy? Prodigy is what
It was
used
one
to
of the very
be-
first.
Before AOL, wasn't
Before
it? Before
AOL.
AOL.
It was
and
actually before AOL. It was like one of the
CompuServe.
very first internet portals.
It's how AOL modeled itself after Prodigy, didn't they?
I think so. Yeah.
I remember it being almost an exact same dial-up system.
Good old dial-up, 56K. You're right, 56K. Wow, that's so fast.
You're like the Flash.
I'm only at 28 or whatever.
I dated a guy who was
Oh,
making
that's it.
he was working with another guy across country to create a video game back in the 90s, and they would share data with their 56K handset modem, so they'd pick up the phone, dial the number, and put the
Oh, I
handset
can't
down
hear
on
it.
top of it. I was in awe. I was in nerd heaven. I was like, oh my god, you're so awesome.
Here we go.
Were your nipples hard? They were. I think I gave him a blowjob too.
Wow.
Well, I didn't have sex back then, so I had to give blowjobs.
First time
there we
I've
go.
seen computer programming lead to blowjobs.
Come on.
Get-
Come on.
No.
It's taking a while to load.
Oh my god, I feel so good. Oh yeah. Oh, slow down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Oh my god. Oh yeah, play with my balls. Play with my balls. Oh, that feels so good. Yeah, just roll them around. They're so good. Oh my god. I love it when you. Uh-oh, slow down. Don't move. I'll go get you a towel.
That is fucking great.
Is there video to it?
No,
or-
it's just
It was like from
audio.
a radio show or something like that.
I don't
I haven't
remember
heard
what
that
it
in years, man.
I don't remember where it was from, but I remember I was in a chat room, and somebody put the MIDI
Yeah,
link
back when
in,
you could.
and I was like, "Oh, that is hilarious!" It's very funny. I should make that my ringtone on my phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Roll them around.
Is your feed locking up, or is it my computer?
I think it's your computer because I'm actually doing okay this week so
All right.
far.
Cool.
So we've been having internet issues
Oh,
in the
yeah.
internet studio.
Lovely.
They're working on it though. They're actively pursuing what the problem may be. So.
Cool.
So anyway, free comic book day is next Saturday.
Saturday, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Where are you guys gonna go?
I don't know.
I haven't decided yet.
Do you have to give a free comic book to
No, what it
people, or
is
you get
pretty much every comic book store, they'll get a number of free titles, and it could be any amount of them depending on the size of the store. And you basically go in and you'll get comics for free. The idea is to bring people into comic book stores to see what they have. And actually, it's a big day usually for comic book stores
like
anyway.
Black
A lot
Friday
of them do
for a
sales
comic
and
book
stuff,
store.
yeah. Because they'll come in, they'll get their 15, 20 free comics, but then they'll buy like a $200 statue or something.
So, comic books, is that something, will they start to go online? Much like a newspaper or
Yeah, there's digital comics or
There already is digital
There's- yeah.
comic books. I don't.
The comic books is one of those things. Unlike the newspaper and magazines, comic books has a fanatic fan base, and I don't think you'll ever get rid of the actual collecting of comic books.
Oh no, I
I don't
prefer
think
having,
they'll ever stop
I
printing.
prefer having an actual printed copy in my hand than having something on digital.
do you read
Yeah.
them or do you just put them in plastic?
I read them and then I put them in plastic.
But you have to be like really careful the way you turn the pages and everything, right? Like not to.
Do you have
bend it.
special
you guys
gloves?
aren't white glove readers, are
No,
you?
no, well I'm not. But there is if I know how to handle my comic. If I let you read my comic, you have to treat it a specific way. I can't have you just completely manhandle my comic book. It
You
just
can't. My
it
kid
bug
can't
it
come
bugs
over.
me. It
And
bugs me.
the reason I knew that is because I dated a guy and he was into comics and I wanted to read this Batman comic because I like Batman and he was like was letting me read it but he was like turning the pages and everything himself. I was like not allowed to fucking touch it. I'm like so that's why I asked.
Oh, okay.
Something about the way you turn the page, don't bend the pages, you know.
He ruined your experience.
Yeah, he did.
The whole
Fucker.
point of comic books.
Do
is
Douchebag.
originally-
either of you happen to have a
Mm.
comic book
Mm.
handy that she can touch?
No.
No.
I
Just
have-
to help her move past this.
Sadly enough.
See, that
Not-
would have been where you said, my penis's name is comic book.
Damn it! That's brilliant. My penis is named Batman.
There's
You can read him.
there's too many missed
It's
opportunities.
in Braille.
It's in Braille.
I do have a comic book at home. It's a Stan Lee
Careful, it's a surprise
that he
ending.
did for the Backstreet Boys.
What?
Yeah.
Stan Lee did Backstreet Boys.
He did a comic book for the Backstreet Boys and made them into superheroes.
Ooh,
That
Because
sounds
they are.
atrocious.
that sounds awful.
So yeah, I'm sure it is.
Oh, okay.
You know, I
Backstreet Boys.
loved the Backstreet Boys, so of course, you know, I had to get that.
We forgive you, but Stan Lee, you have some splaining to do, sir.
He's 90
He doesn't
some
have
odd
any
years
explaining
old.
to do,
He's
yeah.
fine. Yeah.
He's a
He's okay.
fucking
He
billionaire.
gets a
in
pass.
comic
He can
book.
do what he
I
wants.
wouldn't say that, but
He can do what he wants.
He does do whatever he wants.
True.
he does. He's 93 or something.
So Stan Lee, he do DC Comics? Is it different? Is it a different thing? Explain it to me.
Yeah, he
like-
had nothing to do with DC
Okay,
Comics.
I was just
actually.
curious. And just school me on it.
Quick Stan Lee story. Stan Lee worked for Marvel Comics as early as immediately after
it's
World War
Marvel,
II.
Yeah.
He wrote actually a teen comic similar to Archie for years and years and years and years. At some point, he became like a editor of certain comics. I'm trying to make a long story short. So, then teaming up with Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and a few other guys way back in the day, they kind of started getting into the superhero thing, which arguably at that time DC was way ahead with Superman and Batman.
Justice League stuff.
They essentially created the Marvel Universe. It wasn't just Stan Lee, believe it or not. A lot of them together created that universe. It is arguable that Stan Lee, that what happened then could not exist without Stan Lee, even though he is in no way single-handedly responsible, nor does he try to take credit as doing any of it single-handed. He doesn't, even though he gets criticism for that. He never has come out and said, oh, I created everything. He hasn't. Anyway, through that, they created a whole new, they sort of like reinvented the industry. They took the idea of superheroes and they really made them more relatable and down to earth. That's where you get the Marvel Comics with what you see with the Avengers and Spider-Man and all those guys. And believe it or not, Stan Lee actually quit the creative side of comics, I want to say in the late 70s, and he got into publishing. And then sometime in the late 80s, he was actually out of comic books completely. A lot of people don't understand that. He never owned Marvel Comics, but he took a deal. They kind of bought him out because I guess he was one of those guys they just couldn't get rid of.
Gotcha.
So they bought him out, but as part of payment, even though they paid him a lot of money, part of the payment was he had to sort of forever be an ambassador for Marvel Comics, which he's actually done an amazing job of. He was always charismatic. He's always been, yeah. He's
even
always
in
been
his books, like when he
charismatic,
would
yeah.
have like the letters to the editor type stuff,
Yeah.
and things like that. So kind of
Yeah.
became a big presence
And-
there.
Yeah,
He's
oh, yeah.
always been about the fans and keeping the fans kind
Yeah.
of happy,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yep.
He's very humble.
So is there like this feud like DC versus Marvel Comics?
No,
Is there like
No, I mean there was a lot of
better?
There's
like
a lot of
just-
fans
like back in the
versus
day,
fans, but not
they would
really.
like back in the day they would actually sort of joke about that. But I mean, as far as that, it was almost like rivalries, but not like serious, like I hate you rivalry. It was more like, hey, how'd your freaking book do?
Gotcha.
My book's outselling your book. It was more like that kind of crap.
they've done a couple of crossovers.
Yeah. Oh
Actually,
yeah.
I had heard
If there's money involved, oh yeah, come on.
I actually
Yeah.
heard a story about how when he started the Fantastic Four he was golfing with the editor of DC at the time,
Yeah.
and he had the Justice League book out, and they are Stan Lee's editor. It was
Yeah.
Stan Lee's editor, not Stan Lee. And the editor comes back and he goes, "Hey, these guys at DC, they got their big superhero group book. We need a group book." So Stan Lee ended up creating the Fantastic Four.
First family.
The first family, Marvel's first family.
Yeah.
Nice.
And a lot of it, I mean, well, a lot of superheroes started out differently than you know them today, anyway.
Yeah.
Batman was a
They've
guy
all-
in a pinstripe suit with mechanical bat wings.
Yeah,
The
And they-
original concept, yeah.
They have all
Bob Kane's concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Bill Finger
Yeah, Bill Finger. yeah.
changed it quite a bit. Things like that.
I don't know why this just popped in my head. It's kind of off the subject, but I remember as a kid
going into the auditorium and watching the old black and white Dick Tracy films.
Oh, the old serials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Did you
that just
lose
popped
it?
in my head. Sorry.
It's still good
No,
stuff.
we're still streaming. The video just froze up on me. That's all.
I to this day like to watch the old Batman and Robin.
The
66.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
with Adam West. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I do
yeah,
like
yeah.
the old
Stuff.
ones. Those
Yeah.
I watched.
Yeah.
Can't wait till they clear all the rights and
Lorenzo
they put them on
Simple,
DVD.
yeah, Simple Jr. just died, unfortunately. He's the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
that sort of created that show.
He
or
was
at
the
least
guy on
he was the
Batman
guy, yeah.
66. Yeah.
And I'm
Same guy who wrote
Flash Gordon in the 80s, yeah, actually.
Flash Gordon. Yeah.
every time I think of
I
Flash
love
Gordon,
how
I
you
think
guys
Ted.
finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Because he's my
cute,
soulmate.
Flash.
Music
Anyway.
by Queen. You couldn't friggin' argue that away. That was good stuff.
It was. I feel like
Alright,
every Queen song, Steve McQueen was like, I have to have a solo. Period. That's what keeps him coming back.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we're going to get started on our catch-ups and find out how everyone's been doing this week. And we're going to try to fix the video freeze issue. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Woo-hoo.
Hello, hi, and how are you? I'm Bruce Riddell, the raging, ravishing, wayward wonder of the world. Join me on Hump Day for the middle of the week bump and grind with my trivial mind. Spend an hour with my voice as I talk hot topics, current affairs, upcoming